Each year, the consumer safety group W.A.T.C.H unveils its dangerous toys list. The director of W.A.T.C.H, James Swartz, joins us with this year's findings via Skype. So, obviously, James, parents want to go out this time of year, celebrate their kids, get them toys, but safety is a big issue. Tell us some of the toys that have been on your radar.
This year, for example, we have this xylophone. Let me hold it up so you can see, your audience can see it. Items like this appear on the shelves with long, slender handles. You see this drumstick I'm holding up. The packaging on this item says for 12-month-olds. So it's being sold and marketed for babies, for oral-age children, and in our opinion, in our estimation, presents a potential ingestion and choking hazard. So that's why we really, as consumers, have to be educated about the issues and don't assume that just because something's appearing on the shelf, it's necessarily safe.
James, I understand you feel the toy industry overall needs to do better.
There's no question. This past year, for example, there have been literally millions of units of toys recalled. We've been talking about the same issues over and over again each year. So the industry is well aware of what the issues are. There's no excuse for these kinds of things reappearing over and over.
And James, you have a few other toys that made your watch list. What are those?
So another example of a toy on the list this year is this, let me hold it up, the Brianna doll. You see it has loose clothing, including this hair piece that comes right off and has the potential to choke a child, a baby. Anything that is loose like this, stay away from it. It shouldn't be in the hands of a baby. Also on the list is this pull toy. And you see it has this cord. This cord is about 19 inches long. Toys for cribs cannot have cords that are greater than 12 inches. So again, it's a matter of classification by the manufacturer, how it's being sold. So this toy, if you call it a crib toy, could not be sold. But because it's called a pull toy, and it's marketed and sold, by the way, for 12-month-olds, it could be in a crib, of course, with the 12-month-old, and presents the same type of hazard that the industry is concerned with respect to these cords. So just knowing what to look for, knowing what the hazards are, is critically important when you're shopping.
And Leslie, is that where there can be a disconnect in terms of the safety protocols that you observed and toys still getting out there in the marketplace that may not be inherently dangerous for all kids, but maybe certain kids at a given age?
Absolutely, and that's what, back to James' point, you need to be able to, as a parent, inspect each piece of these toys, see if they come apart. Try dropping them yourself from 36 inches. You know, that's about how tall a child is. That's where we drop the toys from to see if they'd break off, and they did. And then you examine the points to see if there's any protrusions, to see if they're gonna poke a kid or they could be sharp edges. Definitely things to watch out for.
I love this discussion we've had because I think we're teaching parents they have to think defensively, and I think we've addressed the top issues for kids. Number one, that airway, swallowing things where they can suffocate, anything with a cord, strangulate, protecting your head injuries, and finally, eye injuries with anything that's projectile. And you touched on that, James. Well done.
James, we really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. We did reach out to the toy companies, and here are some of their responses. Tolo Toys Limited said this about their pull-along pony. All Tolo toys are designed with safety in mind. It was first introduced into the market across the world in 2004. At no point during its lifetime have any issues been raised regarding safety. Plan Toys says this about their oval xylophone. Kindly note that this release has taken us totally by surprise, as it is our top #3 selling item here in the U.S., and we sell thousands per year without any issues. The third company did not get back to us as of the time of this taping. And the Toy Industry Association issued a statement that reads in part, each year we find these lists by W.A.T.C.H to be needlessly frightening to parents. Each year, these allegations do not stand up to scrutiny when reviewed by the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. We'll have the full statements on our website, thedoctorstv.com.